The LG G3 was one of the best smartphones of the year 2014, while this is 2015 and we have the LG G4 with us. Hi there, I'm Amit from PhoneRadar and you're watching the review of the LG G4 Android smartphone. LG is riding a high tide this year unlike any of its times, as the LG G4 has taken the tech community by storm. It has been the talk of the town for a couple of days now, as the device is getting official pricing and is set to launch in some countries. India would be seeing the pricing of this device somewhere around 50,000 rupees, which is very high compared to the other competition, which is at around 40,000 rupees. Talking about the latest flagship, that's LG G4, let's take a detailed look of this device. The first thing that is noticeable about the G4 is its screen curves, even though they are not crescent shaped such as the LG G Flex 2 but are rather subtly device. The design makes it for a perfect protection of the display when the device is face down, meaning it would not be scratch prone. The company also claims that the new design makes its screen more shatterproof in case of drops than the G3. The super slim bezels of the curved display makes it more compelling and compact than most of the 5.5 inches devices. Our review unit has a leather finish while the plastic craft would be available, though it's a fact that even the genuine leather would degrade after a few months. So it would be up to the user whether you want the plastic back or would you still be going for the leather variant or not. We haven't tested the plastic variant, so cannot comment on that whether it's smudgy or not, whereas the leather back feels pretty comfortable to hold on. Of course, won't take any fingerprint marks. The company has tried to retain conveniently accessible volume rockers and power button in the rear of the device. The position is still ideal as fingers naturally wrap around the back of the device, leaving a thumb to carry out the on-screen work. The best part about the design is that the company didn't leave the microSD card or the removable battery out of the option, as most of the flagship models this year has. It means that there are only two slots, the USB port and the audio jack, that is present on the edges of this device. This is virtually the invisible IR blaster at the top of the phone that can be used as a remote controller. The lack of buttons makes its design very clean and overall an eye-charming. Now talking about the display, the G4 packs an upgraded QHD panel. Rather than sticking to the same technology, LG has thought about offering a better display efficiently. The screen resolution is same as 2560 by 1440, but it still impresses a lot as the color quality, sunlight visibility and various other factors have been tightened up by the company. This can be called as a second generation QHD panel as it reflects quite the improvements. The viewing angles on the G4 are perfect no matter whether you turn the device on, as it has a good amount of brightness levels, and with 98% DCI color reproduction you get an eye-soaring saturation at subtle colors. Overall, it is a good improvement from the display on the G3. It can be easily assumed that the G4 specs would ensure that it smoothly runs, even though it has gone through a little bit of strain, though the Hexa-core Snapdragon 808 chipset on G4 didn't show any lag in performance, as its two Cortex A57 cores can clock speeds up to 2.5 GHz. The decision of not using a Snapdragon 810 might be a wise one, as the G Flex 2 powered by the same chipset had received criticism over excessive heating and the battery drainage on the device. LG has remained quiet about the reason for not using the 810 on the G4. Talking about the gaming part, the device has performed pretty smooth, although we did experience the lags in some games like the Asphalt and Modern Combat 5, but only when the device was running multiple games and playing at high-end quality. Or it may be the effect of the QHD display, as most of the games are not compatible with 1440p resolution, so it's unfair to judge the Adreno 418 GPU, while it is possible the issue of the games not supporting the QHD display. In the Antutu benchmark test, the device scored around 45,000, which is on par with all the other flagship smartphones right now available in the market, while it lags behind the Galaxy S6 performance charts. With a Hexa-core processor coupled with 3GB of RAM, the device is still a beast. We did a comprehensive browsing test on the G4 and came out with interesting facts. The device was quick while zoom in and zoom out operations that were quite easy. The Hexa-core chipset gives us a delightful experience and we hardly saw any lag even when opening up to 10 tabs. So you can browse the web without worrying about the responsiveness. We also did the OTG test on the device and clearly it was detected by the device. So you don't have to worry about expanding storage as it supports both the OTG and microSD card. The new UX on the G4 is somewhat similar to what we had seen on the G3, though it comes with the latest Android 5.1 Lollipop, which is not yet rolled out on the other flagship devices from different brands. Sporting similar feels but with improved animations of material design language, the UX 4.0 feels fresh yet familiar. The features like Smart Bulletin and Smart Notice are integrated in this version too, just like the UX 3.0 and G3. The Smart Bulletin dedicates an entire home screen for displaying the widgets like Music Player, your calendar, LG Health Fitness Tracker, the Q Remote are few of the features that are found in the bulletin, while the Smart Notice, a digital assistant which would show the notification cards for upcoming events and weather info, and will also address and image notifications and long unused applications. With a large display, the company was bound to provide a dual window feature on it which can be accessed through Overview hotkey. This feature would allow your screen to be used by two applications at the same time, meaning you can multitask on two applications simultaneously. Moreover, the knock code on LG is perfect security hiding in the plain sight. If you're not familiar with knock code, let us remind you that this feature enables your device to wake up or unlock once you tap on the screen with certain gestures while the display is still turned off. Talking about the most talked feature about the LG's new flagship is a 16 megapixel rear camera which boasts an aperture of f1.8, closely beating the f1.9 aperture on the Galaxy S6 rear camera. A good jump from the 13 megapixel on G3 to the 16 megapixel on the G4. The new camera module captures some of the most stable shots we have seen on a smartphone, and it is also thanks to the improved optical image stabilization. This is the biggest upgrade that the company has done on its flagship this year. Not that the camera on the G3 was bad, but the new model is pretty much capable to take detailed shots in any situations, might it be the natural light or in low light. In our opinion, the low light capabilities of the G4 is better than the S6 rear camera, and with the addition of manual mode, controlling the settings yourself is amazing. You get to tweak the shutter speed, ISO, exposure, white balance and manual focus. Moreover, the LG's camera app now allows you to shoot the raw images too. The selfie lovers can also rejoice as the LG has come up with the 8 megapixel camera module on the front of this device, which has an aperture of f2.0, which is quite high for a selfie camera. Just like last year's G3, the new upgrade on the LG has a removable battery, and some users might love the company for doing that. The device comes packed with 3000 mAh of battery, which is the same which was available on the G3 and which is good enough to last for a day on the normal usage, and you can get around 3 to 3.5 hours of screen on time, while on a heavy usage you end up with just 2 hours of battery. But with quick charging you can juice up your battery pretty quickly. Again, do make a note that this is not available out of the box, and through a OTA update the company has fixed it and you can test it with any quick charging enabled power adapter. Overall, when you talk about the LG G4, it's a good upgrade from its predecessor as it improves upon various aspects like the design, display, performance and an impressive camera. If your question is whether or not to upgrade to the G3, then the answer should be you should actually upgrade as it offers more polished features. But if you are actively looking for models from other brands and are inclined towards better battery efficiency, then the Samsung Galaxy S6 should be your choice. The USP of the LG G4 is its camera offering, particularly the nighttime slow shutter captures and the raw file option, which is one of the best QHD display. The USP of the LG G4 is its camera offering, particularly the nighttime slow shutter captures and the raw file option with one of the best QHD displays. The choice is yours. You get your device according to your needs. This was the review of the LG G4 smartphone on PhoneRadar. This is Amit signing off, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to add a thumbs up and stay subscribed. Thank you.